Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the New Orleans Saints. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Watch the safety creep. Inside.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They go play action now. Jackson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
I'm coming. Check. Cross. Lead you off. Orphan. Kill.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard in the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
He finds Beckham complete. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Now Joe Mixon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Come on now. Check 4. On the 50.
On second down, Mixon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face a third down.
No. 319. Let's go. Shit.
From the gun again to Mixon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. And McManus able to put it through. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Double dog, that's the way.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Jackson now to throw again. Escaping the pressure right, and it's incomplete.
Jackson on the keeper. Throw away and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Jackson on first down. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now Jackson on first down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. DeAndre Hopkins. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. Maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's got the hook up to Landry.
Rodgers pass.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. 8 yards.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Look at this.
Rodgers now to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. Rodgers now on first down. And that's complete to Jesse James. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
There we go.
26.
Mike 57.
Score.
Tight down. There you go.
Working from the gun. Rodgers trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And now look at him go. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Rodgers will try again on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Redskins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. Trying to get it to Landry there. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now he's flushed out left. Now he'll pull it down. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. Joker.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Noah Fant, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership works.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack by Dorian O'Daniel, the linebacker from Clemson.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Throwing on second and long. Rodgers got a man. It's Brown. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards.
Over.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On first down, Nixon. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Check Mike 57. Mike 57. Pick it up, guys.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Jackson now. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. Steps away to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeForest Buckner. What a sensational effort. That's going to be a loss of 20.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's got his big tight end, Fan. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And it's taken in at the 9. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final shot before half for Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Jackson. This is the tight end Fant. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D. Ford just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Brings up 3rd down.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 22.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They go to Elliott again. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 25-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he's going to keep it here. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Jackson operating from the gun. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give the Redskins 13 there on a 1st down. Rodgers now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. They'll run on 1st down. Mixon, and they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. It's caught by OBJ. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Redskin 1st down. The pickup 15 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Mixon with it. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And down to the 29-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 31-yard line.
58! Hey, 88! 57's the mic! 57's the mic! Hey!
Now it's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 26. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch tight end. Odd. 5 down. Stand down.
Now Rodgers to try again after the pick six. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. He was looking for Landry that time, and it's second down. A lone second remains now in this third quarter.
Get 300. Kill.
Topper!
Inside. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Watch.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Ross on the return. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 10th carry now for Elliott. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 yards on the play, first down. With that run, double-check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on second and goal.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on second and goal. And they will take a knee here.
Jackson on the keeper.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you said baseball, and the pitch